guys, we got something special for you kind of today. So I got one of my friends, his name's Wing, he's coming over. He's going to be doing some, well, let me back it up. So I asked him to do a 3D printing, project for me, and we got talking about my diffuser. So, and I was like, oh, maybe you could 3D print that. And he's like, yeah, because this is his hobby. He's just doing this as a hobby. He doesn't do professional or anything, like, doesn't sell nothing. So we're all hobbyists. And he was really down to try and do a big piece like this, to kind of 3D print it and, and get it for, scanned in and everything. So he's going to come over, take some measurements, and do his 3D scanning, whatever he does. I don't know. I've never done 3D scanning, but he's done it plenty of times on smaller scale, so he's really excited to do bigger scale. He might be camera shy, he might not want to talk a whole lot, so we'll see if we can videotape him. But like I said, this is a hobby for both of us, so this is kind of fun. So this gets me to put this away for a little bit and then go back to the body and see if I can finish up, the back half. So, yeah, so we can get a lot more done, way more quicker. The main reason is this is starting to become heavier and heavier. A lot of it is because I'm shaping and forming, and so, like when I had that initial flat, area right through here, but it was a little wobbly and everything, and then as I added more slates and then making the curves and everything like that, you start adding more and more resin. My original idea was to shape it all up, make it, because it'd be really heavy, make it all shaped up, make a mold, and then then make another piece from that. But if I can 3D print it and piece it together and then fiberglass over the top of that, it'll be so lightweight, and it'll have I'll already have all the slats and everything. So I won't have to hardly do much body work. And then in the 3D program, we'll be able to come in and just adjust these areas, and make them where they need to be. So it'll save us a ton of time. I mean, there's still going to be fitment issues, but I'll have everything nice and straight and flat, and everything, for the most part, ready to go. That'll save me a ton of time. Because I got to a place here where I got the, putting it back on, up and on, to see how it looks, how I wanted the shape, and everything like that. So, I talked about, like, with these, I did the clay. I don't know if you can remember me playing these out, forming these. You could do kind of the same thing for underneath there. But the problem is with clay is, how do you, unless the car's upside down, that clay would just keep falling, and it'd be hard to clay. So I'm really excited. We'll see what you can do. I've seen, like I said, on smaller scale stuff, amazing stuff, They'll 3D scan stuff, and yeah, amazing. And then what I might have to do later on is, once the car's done, 3D scan the whole car. Oh, wind, sorry. Wind blew that over. Oh man, now it's all crooked. What the heck happened here? Yeah, so then maybe later on I'll have him 3D scan the whole car, and then maybe we can run it through some kind of simulation or something for airflow and something like that. That'd be kind of cool to see if this, because we'll have this underneath, and I'm gonna do some more stuff up front. That's coming later. I want to be driving the car first, but once that's all done, we can take all the scans and everything like that and see the airflow, you know, just around the body and see if that makes any huge difference. I think that'd be kind of cool. That's way down the road. I might add it. We might not even do it. I don't know. But just something, getting the gears turning in my head. Yeah, so he should be here shortly, and I'll see what he thinks and go from there. Hey guys, so I got a friend here, Wing. He's gonna be taking a 3D print or a 3D capture model to maybe 3D print this and help me out, and maybe we'll make it even a little more lighter and a little more, you know, straight and structural. So we're gonna take like a 3D scan, and there he is.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
We just go around and take all the pictures.
Yeah. It's gonna take a bunch of pictures walking around it. And then we're going to take it into a 3D program, clean it up, and, you know, maybe move things around, shape it up a little bit easier, a little bit easier on the computer. Now that I've formed everything and kind of got the general look I want, this will make it a lot easier. So basically that's all he does there. Then he'll take it through his program, run it, and so we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like in 3D. All right, so that's the 3D model of it.
Yeah, we still need to clean it up a little bit. Yeah.
Gotta clean it up.
It's at the top. It looks pretty.
So this is gonna save us, or at least me, a ton of time. I really appreciate this, Wing. This is awesome.
You're welcome, Nick.
This is his hobby. He likes to do 3D printing and stuff. So.
Sure. All right. Here we go.
Once again, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
And yeah, so we'll get this 3D printed. I'm going to start working back on this until this gets 3D printed, and then you know, we'll come back and forth.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, I just wanted to do like a little bonus update at the end of this film. So he already scanned it in and everything. This is the initial model that the scan took in. You can kind of see how rough and everything looks. Okay, that's what this is what it captured. You know, through that software. This is what he came and built overnight. So I mean, we still have that. We have the nice sharp edges though, and so we have to, you know, get them nice and round and smooth, because like I said, he just, you know, just getting the initial shape. So now that we have that, now we can take the measurements and, you know, make the roundness for all of the, you know, the correct curves. And you can kind of see on these, you know, they're not the right height, so we need to adjust them a little bit. But other than that, I mean, that is pretty freaking impressive. And this material has a little bend, but see it, this will be really nice stuff. And it's lightweight. You know, it'll be a lot lighter than what I have over here. So I'm very excited. Of course, oh, and then we have to take the measurement for the back to get to the cross member, so it will come out a little bit further. But that's no big deal. So that's pretty freaking impressive. I mean, I don't know. And then on the computer program, I moved the slats around a little bit, you know, and I think I need all of these slats. It just doesn't look right, you know. So if I only have like a slat or no slats in between, it just doesn't look right. So like, you know, and then of course I have to fix like the groove and make it more round in the corners and stuff. Pretty freaking cool, huh? So once I get a 3D printed, you know, if anybody would wants one, the way we're gonna have to do though is we're gonna put them in pieces, kind of like a puzzle piece, put them together, and then I can glue them together, and I'll probably put like a little, I don't know, we'll see when I get around to it, and I'll put them all together, glue them together, and then it'll just be underneath there. I might not even have to do any fiberglassing. Let that motorcycle go by. What was I going to say? Oh, so what's cool, you know, is now I can probably take a 3D scan of this too and put it in when this is done. Then I can have the 3D scan of all of the car too. You know, and maybe we can, you know, tinker around with it a little bit. So, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that is very, very awesome. Weight light, it's thin, you know, and the structure is going to be there, so that won't, even if wind picked it up, it might bend a little bit. But if so, we're going to make it a little bit thicker too when we do print it, so a little bit thicker where it's not going to bend as much. But pretty freaking cool. What was I going to say? Oh, you know, and like he was asking me, well, why didn't I do this in the first place? Well, for one, I'm a hands-on type of guy, and I took that on and off. And how many times you watched my previous videos? It looks different in real life than what it does even with this on YouTube. So even with this on there, and you know, I was taking video, and I'm like, oh man, this, you know, it just didn't look right. Yeah, or it doesn't look right on video, but it looks right to me in person. So, you know, it's just kind of like when I did this with the clay. It doesn't translate over as well, you know, on a 3D model until you actually print it out and maybe see it, like the full thing. And maybe if we made a model of the car and then go 3D print it, then, you know, and then you can print it out and hold it in your hand and see the whole finished product, you know, that might be something different there too. So, you know, but like I said, I'm better with my hands than doing something like that. Even though I've done 3D modeling, yeah, that's pretty impressive. All right, cool. So we're going to be working on, like I said, getting these more, you know, the right bends and everything. And I can always, you know, once this is in a bigger piece, I can always adjust too. But everything will be nice and even, you know, and getting the right dimensions and everything. So, okay, that's my update. I'll see you guys later.